Hello guys. I'm in a better mood today than I was yesterday, but I'm still pretty salty about everything in the world, you know? So, we'll see how it goes. Like, I wasn't feeling up for anything, though I can use this saltiness as like a motivator. Hello there, everyone. Right now on Zen, it's 4 p.m. on Monday, August 17th, 2020. What'd you do? What'd you do? I love you, Isabel, but you're kind of boring. Just a bit. You literally just read horoscopes and watch TV. Which, you know, I don't do anything else, but that's what it is. Isabel needs a hobby. That's what it is. But, yeah, what was I saying? I can use this saltiness as a motivator. Park clock. Utility pole. Okay, so the utility pole. I wanted to put. Hey, there's CJ. I wanted to put it like in the back here a little bit. Kind of more like decoration. Yeah, see, that makes sense. It just looks like it should be there, you know? Need to get a different fence though. And then what is this? The park clock. Okay. Park clock. So the thing is, there's a clock right there. So putting a clock next to that would be stupid. But what I was saying was like, if I'm salty about something, I could talk about it for hours on end. So. Use that energy to, you know, speak my mind and my opinions. Mainly, the recent thing I've realized is that most people suck. You know, we know that. But despite people sucking, we still want to be, you know, everybody needs to be alive and everybody should be good, right? Cool. That's pretty hard since, you know, people suck. Let's see what Timmy and Tommy have. But I don't know, like lately talking to people pisses me off because they say things with such like anger and conviction where they're not actually trying to prove their point. They just want you to admit that they're wrong. You know? Which I guess is every conversation. And it's not even that, I feel, sometimes. It's just they want to say their opinion. Sure. Did I sell my socks on accident? No, we're good. You can put these shoes in the... What is this? Baby bear. Always. Okay. So, but yeah, like, I guess that's everybody. Everybody wants to be right. And the problem is everybody is right to an extent, you know? And that can cause issues because it just doesn't work, you know? Any new windflowers? No? No, nothing? Okay. where to put this clock. Maybe like right here. That's kind of okay. Okay. Fonzo, when are you gonna leave? But yeah. I don't know, it's just a thing lately. I've seen everybody that I guess it's always been like that. I just am taking note of it more often. Because as someone that's mostly neutral about things, you know, I'm kind of everybody's enemy in a sense, because most people think if you're not with us, you're against us, right? And there is a point to that. For example, was that one John Mulaney's dad thing? It's like, if you don't stop the Nazis, you're just as bad as them, you know? So the pacifist people that didn't speak up and say anything or do anything about the Nazis are just as guilty as the Nazis themselves, which I understand that. But at the same time, it's an interesting argument, because do I not have any more shovels? Damn it. Ah, my Google protection alert. I need to turn that off. Okay. Because I don't know. I think it's also important to understand both sides. Yes, Nazis were terrible. I'm not saying that, oh, maybe the Nazis had a reason. They kind of, sort of did. It's not like, from the Nazis' perspective, they were doing the right thing. They were just following orders, or, you know, whatnot. Everything's so complicated, you know? Just like right now, if you ask a cop or a military person that, you know, is taking in these, protesters in vans, it's like, oh, we're just following orders. So technically, they're doing the right thing because they are following their commanding officer, but morality, on a moral spectrum, it's like, they are capturing innocent people that are trying to stand up for their rights. And same thing with Nazis. Nazis thought they were doing the right thing because their superior officers told them they're doing the right thing. No, it's just... I don't know. Everything's so complicated. And, I'm not the type of person that wants to do as the other people do. Because, you know, all my friends will tell me, you know, well, that's the other thing. It's like, I do what I think is right. So, for example, like, I don't outgoingly go to protests for gay rights. Or, you know, LGBT pride parades and stuff like that. I don't go out and help that. But if I am with my, like, family members and this topic comes up, I am on the gay side, you know? I am supporting, and I will always support that side. So I don't know. Am I not doing enough because I don't go out and protest alongside people? I don't know. Because the thing is, people forget that the haters are also people. You know? Because I know I live in Texas, so most of, you know, the adults that I encounter are gonna be on the, you know, conservative Republican side that doesn't understand And I say doesn't understand. They don't understand LGBTQ. They don't understand what transgender is. They don't understand what trans is. And honestly, I don't fully understand it either, but I still support the idea. I do try to educate myself on the topic as much as possible because I need some ammo, you know? But the thing is, I don't have a place to be in anybody's conversation until the topic is there. Because I was, maybe that's the thing, is that I will always bring up the opposite argument. And people don't like that. Because my opposing argument generally isn't something you can debate. Because once you put the opposing argument, their argument starts to crumble. And that makes them feel like they're getting attacked in terms of what they believe in or what they're trying to fight for. And I think overall, I don't technically attack anybody's beliefs. I just suggest to them that maybe there's more to the subject than just yelling about it. I don't know if I talked about it yet, but like recently, I had a small argument with that anti-vegan person. Well, she's not anti-vegan, but she was like kind of bashing on vegans, which I understand. There's a lot of stuck-up vegans. I have to talk to them on a regular basis. And like her post was about, you know, oh, vegans are snooty, and you know, they'll like the post is basically about how vegans will sub out honey for agave because they think it's not right to take honey from bees or whatever, but they don't care about the fact that the using agave actually is unsustainable, ecologically not good for bees, and is overworking the like child labor stuff like that. So they're basically talking shit about vegans for not caring about bees over children and human beings. And it's like, that's a very one-sided argument, because that's like, the thing is, that argument is under the presumption that all vegans literally will, like, if you were to give a vegan a choice, there's this beehive I got here, I'm going to burn it to the ground, or we're gonna kill this child, and you have to choose, and then the vegan would choose the beehive to be saved over the child, is what the argument's basically saying. As if, you know, the vegans don't care about human beings. And it's like, it's partially true. Like, honestly, humans suck. And bees are more important, technically. But, you know, the thing is, the post comes off really aggressive and, like, basically calling out vegans for being hypocritical, snooty assholes. Which, the thing is, it's partially true. Vegans are hypocritical, snooty assholes. But the thing is, when you call them that, they'll get offended. And you know what happens when people get offended? They're not going to listen to you. And I think people forget that, is that, what's the point, and that I think I was trying to tell this girl, is that, what's the point of calling out vegans on being snooty assholes if you don't change their perspective on it, you know? Because all you're doing right there was calling them snooty assholes. You're not saying, hey, vegans, by the way, agave actually works for the environment and hurts the bee population. Did you know that? It's not like friendly PSA or trying to tell people anything. It's vegans are stupid. You know? There's a difference. It's like, it's basically like saying, it's almost like you want to ridicule the other side rather than actually change their minds or make an argument. You literally just want to ridicule them. which means your perspective is flawed as well, because you're not actually thinking for the greater good. So this thing is ridiculing each other doesn't really make sense. And I am also guilty of posting stuff like that sometimes. You know, ridiculing the people that want to open up schools. And, you know, they're like, think of the children. But they don't care about, you know, all the Hispanic kids that are in the ICE captivity in fucking cages. And yeah, that is something I have, like, shared on the social media. And I agree, I am probably same guilty, is that I was trying to ridicule these people that are trying to do something while they are hypocritically saying something else, you know? It's the thing is, people are pretty hypocritical about things when they don't really see the full picture. Because, for example, the post that I reblogged was two people holding up, you know, protesting Black Lives Matter, release the children, the Hispanic children, whatever, and then there's like Make America Great Again, Trump supporters ripping through there and saying, why aren't we thinking about the children? And, you know, open schools, you know, anti-maskers. It's like, in reality, people aren't like that. It's just propaganda. And the media portraying people in that way, you know? Like, as much as, like, I live in Texas and I don't actually encounter as many, you know, crazy Trump supporters. You know, like, I see crazy Trump supporters, but they're actually usually easier to talk to if you actually talk to them face to face. And that's the part that I think social media, I guess, takes away, is that it's like, it becomes mob mindset. Like, oh, we have people that agree with me versus the people that don't agree with me, you know? And then that's what the internet is, basically. And it's just, my team's bigger than your team, you know? And it's just democracy. Meanwhile, I just want to have, like, an actual discussion with people one-on-one on why they think like that. If you ask them, like, do you care that there are children in, like, cages? They're like, oh, that's just the media. Or, you know, it's just, I don't know, actually talking to people, generally they have compassion, right? Most people can agree on basic things. Hey, trapping children in cages isn't that great. You know? We can agree that is pretty bad. Now, then the argument becomes, do you care? Do you think they deserve it? You know? And then we just, like, expand the discussion from there. Because from there you could be like, what do you think we should do about it? You know? Because they'll bring up, oh, their parents shouldn't have immigrated without, you know, I mean, like, it'll be illegal immigrants. It was like, well, it's not the kid's fault, right? And people agree. It's like, what you want to do is get them to admit they don't care about children being in cages. And then you can start attacking them personally. You know? But when you come out right attacking them personally as if they're heartless pieces of shit, then that's when it's not a discussion. You know? It's more just yelling at each other and telling each other until one of them shuts up and walks away. And nothing actually is, you know, gained in the discussion. And that's what I was trying to explain when I was, like, on my little Facebook rampage with this girl. That it's like, as much as it's like, your opinion is valid. I agree that you know, vegans are flawed in that way, that they don't really see the whole picture. It's like, I'm pretty sure not all vegans are going to be like, oh, I only care about whether or not bees can keep their honey. Well, that's a very big topic. Like, first of all, beekeepers actually they don't kill the bees to get the honey, first of all. And beekeepers are one of the first, like, the main things that are sustaining bee populations, because wild bee populations are, like, pretty much non-existent, you know? So in that sense, we should be buying honey to support bee populations, right? And then if, in the case that agave is actually worse for bee populations, we should focus on that. And not so much that, because it's a matter of ignorance. Because I didn't know that agave was bad for bee populations. I just didn't get agave to begin with, you know? So I don't know. It's like, I guess my point would be, like, stop assuming that people are evil, you know? Because my assumption is that most people mean well, you know? Some of them are stupid, some of them are ignorant, some of them are naive. That doesn't mean they're evil, right? A lot of times, like, just talking about it can be more helpful. But, I don't know. People don't like talking about stuff like that. I don't know. People are weird. I don't know. It's my opinion. It's like people don't really think about the big picture of things. No. Everything's so complicated nowadays. It's all about being right. And I get so tired. Standing in the middle ground is like the most tiring thing. It's like, yeah, it'd be better if I just, I guess, took a side, but taking a side means you're saying that other people's opinions are invalid. For example, the Trump supporters that are female, that are okay with women's rights being infringed on. It's like, why do you think like that? Because I know women that are like that. They legitimately think women shouldn't be in the presidential office, for one thing. You know? And they're Trump supporters. They think a woman would be not suited for the role for some reason, you know? And I don't know. I check my roses? I don't think I did. Oh, I did, but I didn't water them. Okay. Oh yeah. I know, people are weird. I feel better now. Now that I've like said my thoughts. I've just been so salty for the past few days. Like the amount of like shitty people that are in the world made me so tired. But then as soon as I think about the fact that they're not actually shitty, they're just people, those people mean well, you know? We should want the best for others, as we would want for our friends and family, I guess. I think we're good for today. CJ, I love you, but I suck at fishing, so I'm not gonna fish today. Okay? Eventually I'll have like, you know, a whole path thing like here, maybe? Maybe? Let me see for a quick second. Yeah, the other thing I wanted to do was, like, since I'm so salty, I should critically, analyze what's wrong with subtitles in anime and, like, music. And I've been meaning to do it, it's just so lazy. It'd be a perfect way to, like, use my saltiness for good, you know? Like if I had this open, you know, like a path. Like what I would need, yeah, I need to move the museum. Or in reality, I would need to move. It's so complicated. Like if I were to move the Able Sister store here and get rid of this, you know, path, that wouldn't be bad actually. That means the stores will be over here, right? And then I'll move my house eventually, so this whole area can be opened up. I don't know. I'll think about it. But I guess overall my summary would be that try to assume that people say things with the best intention. You know? They're not all bad. Most people are good. You know? There's some weirdly shitty people. You know, like the pedophiles. Like, I think most people can agree that pedophilia is gross and wrong. But that's something we could actually, you know, actively fight about. Or not even fight about, just agree on. Whether you're left or right, it's just, hey, let's not fuck children, you know? Let's start, yeah, that's the thing. How about we try finding things we agree on? And then from there, we just agree that we're not, as long as, that's the thing, it's like if you start from the standpoint that we're not shitty people, then anything else that you argue about is secondary, you know? Oh, yeah. Thank you for watching. See you guys tomorrow. And so be safe, be nice to people, and things will get better.